This is the GV Podcast, a variety review podcast featuring two of the three idiots giving their thoughts on cartoons and anime. This is an opinion-based podcast, and there's no way we're saying our thoughts and opinions are objective. Keep this in mind and enjoy the show. Fighting gold! Fighting gold! White golden wind! This is the greatest thing I've ever seen!
Oh my god, Jojo's finally good! It took him 5 parts.
You take that back. The Pillar Men were perfect!
That's true.
Sure. We're back!
Stroheim was pretty banger. For a Nazi.
Yeah!
Yeah! So anyway, Jojo.
We're back!
We're 5 seasons deep. We're 5 parts deep.
Wait. So, what y'all talk about last time? Because I don't remember the last time we did the podcast for part 5.
It was the...
What'd you guys talk about?
There was no part 1, I think, but it was basically... we ended off on part 4. We had Yoshikage Kira. We had all that terrible shit. I hated it, but I loved the main characters. Now we've got Golden Wind with Giorno Giovanni.
who is the son of Dio!
Spoilers!
/ Jonathan.
Don't worry about it.
So, let's go
Yes,
ahead.
they had a kid together.
Yes.
That was the entire goal of part 1.
Tumblr, you got your goal. We did it.
It's
we
canon.
fucking did it.
It's
you
canon.
rascals.
Congratulations. With the power of the world!
Anyway, so non-spoiler thoughts on part 5. I'll start because I like this. This is actually a good JoJo story I could recommend.
Some parts.
What about part 4?
No. I still hate you for that one time that you looked us in the eye and said, "Oh yeah, no, you're gonna love the villain." I still hate you for that time.
Because
I want
I
to
hate
kill
you.
you.
misunderstood what I meant.
You said we'd love the villain. I hated everything about him.
Yeah, he was a good villain.
Every time he popped up, I hated my life.
He was a good villain. He did his job as a villain really well, and he did a good job.
This is a good villain. Part 5 is a good villain. We'll get to that. It's my favorite thing ever. So, this story, I will say, first half of it was okay. There wasn't too much there that I actually, really, really enjoyed. It was kind of a normal JoJo experience for me. Then the moment we get the big boss villain, good lord, it pops off.
It goes even better.
This is the best season. This is actually, I would say, this is one of those seasons where it's actually good anime.
Yeah.
The thing you said this time, Jinsu, that I didn't understand is when you said the animation's not as good.
It has his moments.
I was blown away the entire time.
Like during the show?
Yeah.
I maybe they revised it from when I last saw it, but I don't know. I saw lots of like.
There's some
choppy...
awkward points, but
yeah.
Nah. When we're talking about some of the good animation, holy shit! Like some of the later fights, good lord.
Yeah.
But yeah, so non-spoiler thoughts for both of you on part 5.
Part 5 has one of the best character groups that they've ever could have made in JoJo. Like everybody has a really good purpose in there, except for the one that the author was just like, I don't know what to do with him, so he's kind of gone now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of forgot a guy.
And basically what they had in all of the trials and tribulations and setbacks that they went through in this part is probably my favorite set.
I think this is my favorite part because it's not just about the JoJo this time. It's not just about him, fucking shit up, being MC number 1, just fucking everyone up, winning every fight. No, he kind of gets fucked up too. And he needs help.
And he's technically the healer in this.
Yeah, he's just the healer, so he doesn't.
We got the white mage main character.
Yeah, we got the white mage as the main character. So. Honestly, it's kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
It's honestly some hot bullshit because it's like people can get shot multiple times and then he can just make new body parts for them, and then they never use one of his starting abilities. The whole like if you hit what I create, then it bounces back on you. That never happens after a certain point.
That's right.
It becomes more about him just not being able to die because he could just patch himself back up.
Yeah, I think that kind of simplified it.
I will say that. When it comes to this season, are there mistakes? Yes. not even like inconsistencies. No, mistakes. Are there mistakes? Yes. Like forgetting a character. They forgot one of the main characters. That was weird and stupid. There's all kinds of moments where like some powers are inconsistent and like they don't make sense, or like not that they don't make sense, but like they'll have a power shown off and it's like, ooh, that's really overpowered. Never use it again. And they do that a lot. There's all kinds of moments where I'm just like, wait, but why bother with that? But wait, why bother with that? And constantly it happened.
Yeah.
But that was honestly the only bad part. That was honestly the only bad part. Everything else is pretty damn good. The writing is great.
The writing,
the characters, the music.
Powers, they're so cool.
Yeah, the powers are definitely really cool.
We'll get to some of the coolest bits.
Is it probably some of the best stands out of like all of JoJo?
They're overpowered and complex, but they actually make sense.
And then seeing them fight one another is really interesting. It's unlike part 3 where it's like, oh, this is the asshole of the week that we were just gonna fuck up with.
Time to punch!
Time to punch him!
So, let's go ahead and talk about the story. So, let me grab my phone. The story. Starting bit.
Dio got busy.
He made a Giorno. And Giorno...
It wasn't delivery, it's a Giorno!
And Giorno's mom's a bitch.
Surprise!
Has left her child
to go party.
Basically, Giorno's entire thing is that he wants to be the #1 top mafioso so that he can go ahead and fix up his town. Fix up Italy.
Yeah, he starts with his town, but then realizes, oh no, this incorporates all of Italy.
There's a whole
thing Okay.
There's a whole thing that goes back and forth, and eventually he meets a guy named Bucciarati, who is
has probably one of the weirdest introductions ever, but
he got some sticky fingers. Let's just say that.
But basically becomes one of my favorite characters.
That was another thing that never came back. The whole and I'm happy it didn't come back, but like just walking up to Giorno, licking his face, and being like, I can taste the liar,
putting shit in his mouth. He never does that again. He only really uses his Zipperman sticky fingers
to escape
on himself, or to either to escape or to extend his own reach.
Honestly, the beginning of Golden Wind felt less like a continuation of JoJo and more like a think like the first draft of a story that comes out, like Romance Dawn for One Piece.
Right.
How that entire story was there was 2 versions of the original story and it had completely different characters.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. Dude, massive changes that happened. Okay. And that's kind of what it felt like. Of after Zipperman's introduced and it's oh yes, become a mafioso. Go meet with that big fat guy. Popo. Oh god. Popo!
Job of the heart.
It just knows better. But yeah, he gets recruited into the mafia. He has this massive test. It's really cool, honestly terrifying, and it leads to him killing another mafioso in a really cool way.
There's something that happens in the beginning too that I'm just why do they even have this? Was that Jojo and what's his face from part 4 with Reaver? Koichi. They both show up in the beginning, and I'm just okay, is that gonna come back? And it didn't.
It popped up here and there, and then it was gone.
Yeah.
I think they were just there to have, for the audience, to be
I know that character!
Oh, these characters are from the JoJo series. Okay, this is a JoJo thing.
I'm honestly sad that they didn't pop in, and we'll get to the reason why that's sad.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But he gets recruited, and then after killing this massive mafioso, Bucciarati and Giorno and this massive team of included people I'm gonna call them by their stand because that's what I remember. We had Moody Jazz, we had
Moody Blues,
Abacchio.
Abacchio, yes.
Yeah,
we had 6 Bullets.
Sex Pistols.
Little Bomber.
No, wait, I can't remember it. I can remember. Mista. And then Little Bomber, Narancha.
Aerosmith.
And then Pointless.
And Fugo.
And Purple Haze. Purple Haze! All in my mind.
They
Blaze within my hand.
They begin heading off to this
How did I
island
get there?
because Bucciarati basically says, like, I was his #1 underling, which means I know where his treasure is. So we're gonna go there. We're gonna get the treasure.
$10 billion.
They sail. They have a weird little bit of adventure where people almost die,
And a
then
guy
they continue
hides in
going.
between a boat level, like
That was
layers of a
stupid.
boat. He put a boat over the boat,
That
and
was
he's
stupid
in
as
between the
shit.
layer of the boat.
Or the weird dance scene.
Oh yeah.
Remember the weird dance scene?
That was hilarious. That was awesome.
I love it, but it was so fucking weird, and it was... No, understand? I got that scene with no context. Like, because when I first saw it, it was a part of one of those videos of, like, a meme from every JoJo episode kind of shit. And I saw that scene, and I was like, what am I watching? What is this? Like, I thought every member in that scene was a part of the main group, and so the glasses guy, I was like, when's he going to come to the group? And it's like, oh no, that's a head! That's just a head!
Yes.
In the manga, they just kind of like Mista like hooks him up, and then they just start fucking dancing on him. It's like, what the hell? It looks super weird. And then in the anime, they made
You ready to talk?
in the anime they made it fucking hilarious.
So good.
I like it. But we get to the island, we get the treasure, we give it to the family, the whole thing, and we get introduced to a new character joining the group named Trish.
A lady? What?
In JoJo?
That's not useless?
That
That's
doesn't
not
die?
9? That's not 9 and being attacked by an orangutan?
It's okay. This one's 14 and gets sexualized by everyone else.
Why would you say that to me, that she's 14?
Because she's 14.
Because she's 14.
Every character looks the same age, and that's what bothers me about this show. Every character looks like they're in their 20s.
I'm gonna look it up how
This
she
is
would
the
have
High
looked
School
in the
Musical.
old style art.
This is the High School Musical of anime where everyone looks the same age.
Well, okay, so it's Trisha's 14, Jonah's 15, Fugo is like either the same age or a little bit older. Or no, he's older.
Yeah, no, he's older.
I forget his actual
because the
age.
youngest dude there, the little bomber dude,
No,
he's
actually-
17.
Yeah, he's older than Jonah. He's 17. Abakio is like in
The
his
rest of them are
20s.
like close to their 20s.
Abakio
or
and
in their 20s.
And Bucciarati are in their 20s. Bucciarati's 20 specifically, and then Leon is like, or Abakio is like 24 or whatever.
On the wings of love.
Purple haze all in
So,
my mind.
Trish,
Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
we get introduced to Trish, who is the daughter of the boss, and the group is tasked with protecting her. There's this whole adventure that goes on of like them getting attacked by assassins, all that kind of stuff. We'll skip that because there's a lot of assassins.
That kind of brings it back to the villain of the week sort of thing.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it's like not the stands are interesting, and it makes like they're all connected.
To summarize it, we get a turtle that basically is now a mobile home.
Yeah.
And
I don't think we should skip the assassination team because I think they're also.
We should.
Oh no, we'll mention the assassination team,
But like in the
but like
story.
all the different assassinations all at once. Like yeah,
okay.
rather than go here's this assassination, here's this assassination, here's this assassination.
And
Basically, it was a full group of people who hated the boss, and understanding that the boss's daughter is a way to get to him, they were aiming to kill the entire team and capture her. We got all kinds of weird characters like Patrick Star,
no
Patrick's
neck.
brother,
Pineapple Boy.
dude with
Beach
one
Boy.
eye who was a weird guy who got really close to that one lady.
Oh,
Nothing
yeah,
happened,
creep.
but it still was creepy.
The freak. He's the freak of the group. He likes feet.
There was the crazy dude who I think I found out that apparently he's the voice of Gohan, and that's hilarious.
Oh yeah, the ice skater guy.
I love his moment because the group realized they had to go to Venice, and just that moment of the dude just like, yes, they're going to Venice, but it's called Venetia. It's like how you don't
Holy
say
shit.
Paris, you say Paris.
Venezia. Holy crap.
I don't fucking care. It's Italy. We make fun of Italy here. We're Americans.
Can't say shit right.
Oh, it's
No, I can say the word right.
it's Venus. Got it. So anyway, they start heading off to Venus, which makes sense for JoJo.
No.
You mean Penny?
Perry.
Penny. Penicillin.
Venice. It's all connected!
So they start heading off to Venicillin, and basically we discover the boss. Like, it's about to be, the adventure's over of like, yeah, we'll bring the daughter up to the boss, it'll be all good. Bucciarati goes, and her arm gets cut off. He sees this, and she's been captured by the boss to be killed.
Bucciarati finds out about this because he's holding the hand that gets cut off, and the rest of Trish is gone.
Yeah, so, we go from there, and Bucciarati challenges the boss, and dies.
He gets donutted.
He gets donutted! You got another character that got donutted!
Why? I hate it!
We'll talk about that in the future, don't worry. But, yeah, we got Donutarati.
Donorati.
Donorati. And so he dies, but then Giorno brings him back to life.
Yeah, just straight out. Just
straight up.
There's
brings
no
him
other
back
way.
to life as a zombie. Whole thing there. But now the new mission is to protect Trish and to discover the boss's identity so that they can take him out.
Because they decided to do something a little bit different in this, where we know exactly what the stand is and does, but we have no idea who the stand user is.
We get the last of the assassins as well. Well, the second to last.
Yeah.
But still, one of the last assassins, who was this creepy dude who ran over just to die, and once he died, his stand basically was immortal. It was a whole thing. There's not much to mention there because, like, it was horrifying, but we do get the reveal that Trish's stand can basically give things the property of rubber.
Yeah, and what is the name of her stand in English? Spicy Lady.
What's it called in Japanese?
Spice Girl.
Spice Girl. That's literally, because
That's amazing.
that's the most obvious one.
That's the reference.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, no, the most obvious one is the final assassination guy's power.
What, Metallica?
Yeah.
Where I don't even remember what his actual power was called in American.
Metallic.
In American.
Wow.
It's literally just metallic.
That
Yeah.
sounds so boring. Metallic.
Yeah.
So, we get this whole thing that they go to the island, Metallic dies fighting the boss, which, yeah, big reveal. We meet Doppio, who is basically another self for the boss,
We
like
found
this
out-
alternate self.
And doppio in Italian means double.
So his name is literally just double?
Yeah.
That's funny.
And it's the coolest thing. The moment the boss was revealed, like back when Bucciarati died, I think that was the start of it going from good to great.
Yeah, it really was.
Because everything with the boss is amazing. Diavolo is a terrifying villain, but you also aren't standing there like, every time you see him. He's not a villain that makes you sick to your stomach. You know, like Yoshikage Kira. But
yeah.
we get Diavolo and Doppio, and a terribly sad scene as Moody Jazz dies.
Doppio sneaks in and donuts him too.
Yep, he got donated hard.
And he was my favorite character!
Yeah, and it was a touching scene, but we get this little reveal that the way that he helped out the team, he made a perfect bust of the face of the boss.
Yep.
So now they have a lead. The moment they leave the island, what ends up happening is they get a mysterious phone call from somebody who I was so happy when I heard that voice, because I knew who it was. Mayhem had not known who it was yet.
Yep!
But we'll get to there.
Yep!
You get the mysterious call of like, listen, one way that I can help is with these arrows. You remember those arrows that have been that are important sometimes? Well, now they're really important. And we move on from there of like, yeah, so we got a whole thing here. Let's do this. And they say, go to Rome. So they start heading off to Rome. There's this battle going on in the meantime of that's going here and there of like the villain. I'll be honest, I loved him. It was weird sometimes, but I really liked that weird like Chocolata villain.
Oh, yeah. The guy that if you decreased in elevation, mold will take over your body. And
you recording? Are you recording?
recording?
Oh, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy, good boy. That is the greatest, just funny as hell villain ever.
And he kind of reminded me of that category of Kira, where he's a villain that is very terrible and...
He was Kira, but because of the fact that he wasn't here forever, you were fine with it.
It was the
he even
right
went
amount.
out in almost a similar way.
Yeah.
Like, he got thrown into a trash can to be burned.
Yeah, that a public service vehicle was his demise.
Yeah. But we move on, and during the fight, we get the reveal of who is it that called?
Polnareff!
Yeah! We got Polnareff! Polnareff, he meets with the main group, and Doppio slips in with Bucciarati, who's losing his vision. He slips in with Bucciarati, pretending to be Trish, and as they go into the Coliseum, where they're supposed to meet Polnareff, Polnareff sees him and goes, basically, I'm calling out bullshit here, and says, I know you're not Trish, so who are you? And time skips, and we get the coolest moment of just Doppio walking behind this pillar and just taking off his shirt, and then it's Diavolo.
Yeah. That instant transition between
How is the name
one
pronounced?
personality and
Diavolo.
Diavolo. I don't know why I keep saying Diavolo.
You're American.
I'm American. No, that's the thing. They don't say it in the English dub like that. They say Diavolo.
It's literally just say it in the same way of Diablo.
I think the reason why is because I read it before I heard it, and I had read that name so many times that when I finally heard it, it didn't click with me.
I can never stop fucking it up.
Yeah.
It's my civic duty to mess up other countries' names.
Yes.
As much as fucking possible.
That's my American responsibility.
It's my American standability.
Racism!
Arrogance.
Stand, American lady.
Liberty, Lady Liberty!
Yes.
Lady Liberty.
Lady Liberty. Please tell me that's a stand in part 6.
No.
Oh.
So, Diavolo ends up fighting Polnareff, and he basically kills him. He donates him too. But, right as he's donated, you see that Silver Chariot absorbs the arrow and just goes away at this whole thing. And it's like, what the hell is going on?
And then everyone goes to sleep.
Everyone clocks out, switches bodies, and you find out that...
Including Diavolo.
Yeah. Switches souls, and you end up finding out that just Silver Chariot has gained a new ability as Silver Requiem.
Yeah.
Is it Silver Chariot Requiem?
Silver Chariot Requiem, yeah.
Okay, but...
Requiem?
Requiem. Shut the fuck up.
Requiem.
Requiem. So anyway, the next battle is with Silver Chariot.
Silver Chariot Requiem.
He's a judge, whoa to whoa.
I'm
Be
hunting
very,
rabbits.
very quiet. I'm hunting twishes.
My stand, Bugs Bunny, is gone.
I'm hunting my daughter.
My stand, Bugs Bunny, but with a gun. So we got Freaky
Ultra
Friday
best
situation.
A+ tier stand.
I'm not kidding. So quickly we get this moment of just who was it? What was the name of the character again? Who was like, I love my life.
I love my
Mista.
life. I can't wait
Mista, I can't wait to get out of here. Go back
Oh,
to
no,
school.
no.
That was
Naranja.
Naranja, who just goes like, I
Out
love
of nowhere.
life. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna
Enjoy a margarita
enjoy
pizza.
I'm gonna start.
immediately dies.
Immediately.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
Wow.
Also, by the way, a side note: Polnareff went into a turtle. That's actually more important.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
Polnareff became a turtle. He survived and became the turtle.
Yeah.
The turtle, on the other hand, dead.
Narancia is dead. And what? What did you say?
The soul of the turtle is gone because it died in Polnareff's body.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I can't believe that turtle has still been here,
Yeah.
and it outlasted Fugo.
It outlasted Fugo. It had
it
even
lived
more
longer than
importance.
Iggy.
Aww.
Iggy Pop went out sooner than a turtle.
was an Iggy reference.
Is the
Is that
turtle a reference to
Iggy Pop?
To Iggy?
But yeah, we get this whole moment, and there's this whole battle that goes on of chasing after Silver Chariot Requiem, and it leads to the discovery that Diavolo is in the body of one person, because of the fact that there was two souls there, so he's able to kind of be with anybody.
Yep.
And
So who is he with? Out of everyone, between the asshole, and his daughter, and the asshole, who would he be?
Who would he choose to manipulate?
He was in the asshole. No, he was in.
He was in the asshole.
Don't say like that. Don't say he was in his daughter. Don't say he was in his daughter.
He was in the asshole of his daughter.
Don't say that either.
But anyway, we get that, and Bucciarati is actually the one to save the day. He kills Silver Chariot Requiem, and
how does he do that again?
Okay, there's a massive explanation that was weird as hell of basically everywhere that Silver Chariot walked, the shadow moved with you. And so what they say is that basically something has to create a shadow, and so if there's this massive golden orb behind your head, and they grab the orb and break it.
No,
right.
That's Diavolo does that.
Yeah, Diavolo.
Yeah, so does Bucciarati.
Does he?
Yeah, in the body of Diavolo.
Right, but Diavolo also just does that himself.
Yeah, he does that at first to stop him from moving.
He hurts
so he can take the arrow.
Yeah,
but then Bucciarati finishes it.
Yeah, Bucciarati finishes it off. Yeah.
But yeah, that happens, and we get the final battle: Diavolo versus Golden Wind, and Giorno gets the arrow, and he goes, "Got it!" and stabs Golden Requiem. And
Golden Wind becomes Golden Requiem.
Golden Wind
Requiem has the ability to say no.
He has the ability to say, "You're going to hell now." That's his ability.
Sending him to alternate ways to
because
experience
Diavolo loses, and when he loses, he gets lost in the sewers, and there's this whole thing, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess he just escaped now, and then he gets stabbed by a random hobo.
Yeah.
Like a drugged up hobo.
What's this then? You trying to take my shit?
You trying to take my treasure?
You trying to take more heroin? More black tar heroin?
I may be a British man in Rome, but
he dies a whole.
But I'm gonna defend my treasure.
You know what they say? When in Rome, do lots of drugs.
So that's why I came to Rome.
And then Diavolo dies, and then he dies, and then he dies, and then he dies,
and then he dies. He's in an infinite loop of hell.
Yeah, literally any death you can come up with, he dies that way, and it's canon. It's canon. You can say that a can of cola dropped on his head from the top of the Eiffel Tower, and yeah.
Turtle. He shaved his head later on, and a turtle fell on him because of an eagle.
Yeah.
It was the turtle! Polnareff got his revenge!
Yes. He paired with the bird that worked with Dio.
But yeah, we get hell, and now, to end it off, Giorno's the new boss.
Yep. There's a lot. He has a black suit.
This is crazy.
And Mista is his right-hand man, because he's the only one that wouldn't die.
Because he's Mista!
Because he's the only man.
He was the one with the gun.
He was Giorno's boyfriend.
Yeah! Oh. Anyway, let's get to characters, because that's the best thing about this story.
Mista got shot several times in many vital areas.
Even sometimes by himself.
There's no way he lived.
But he's the last one to live.
Yeah. There was a weird little bit of, there was that last episode, or something, where it was like, oh yeah, here was an adventure, right before Giorno joined the team, with Mista. And
they foreshadow, or they explain why basically he doesn't die, and it's a cool band reference.
Yeah,
as always.
That's usually the case.
That's Jojo.
But yeah, so characters: Giorno, awesome protagonist. I don't know if I'd say he's the number one protagonist. I'd say he's close to number 3.
Yeah, I was about to say number 3.
It'd probably go Jojo, Joseph, and then Giorno for me.
Hey, what?
When it comes to protagonists,
ranking
the protagonist.
Yeah. What about you?
I really like Joseph. I really like Jojo, Josuke. Giorno's pretty banger.
Jonathan's on the bottom.
Jonathan was good.
Jonathan gets an honorable mention because he's not part of this what the show became.
Yeah. And he kind of got screwed. The manga goes into more detail about his character and gives him more screen time.
So anyway, Giorno's a very good hero.
Yeah.
So, let's get to the other characters. The
gang.
The Joe Bros.
The Joe Bros. Name your favorite Joe Bro, and we'll go from there. Okay.
Mista, and then Bucciarati, and then Narancia, and then
here. Give me details on your favorite. We can't spend all day on the entire group because one of them doesn't matter.
Mista's really funny.
Mista is the best.
And he gets shot a lot. I think I like his stand the most. His stand has the most personality.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. His stand is the most expressive one. That it's like its own thing, separate from him, basically.
Yeah,
right. But it's still a big part of him. Like his personality and his beliefs still bleed through his stand.
Yeah.
Right? With the fourth one actually being number 5, and it's the one that gets bullied the most and is the most unsure.
And it's always the one that gets, like, whenever you see him fire all the shots, you always see the fourth one get shot weirdly.
Yeah. It's so funny.
It's such good attention to detail. But Bucciarati, a very, very good, like, it's almost like he's got the role of, like, Joseph in part 3. Like, kinda. Like, you know what I mean? Of, like, the elder character who's, like, the boss.
Polnareff?
No, Bucciarati. He kind of has the role of Joseph.
He's the mom.
In part 3.
He's the mom friend.
He's the mom of the group.
Yeah.
The mom dates.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
When he was going against Giorno, I did not like him. When he joined Giorno, I loved him.
The moment he joined, it was like, you're immediately better.
Yeah, it was immediately, like, now his character made more sense to me.
But... yeah, there's Bucciarati. He was a very interesting character. His death made me feel like, oh shit. But
I think Doppio's death was really sad too.
Yeah, Doppio had a very sad death.
He just died in Bucciarati.
We'll get to the other half of
I'll save us.
Doppio.
That was an innocent person. Oh,
fuck.
Which my favorite meme from Jojo in general. Of like, so you're the enemy? Got it! Beat the shit out of him!
It's this motherfucker, get him!
That's the first time that they've ever done anything that
Moody
quick.
Jazz, just with the cup of tea, just...
Abacchio!
Yeah!
Bacchio, help!
Which brings up, let's talk about Abacchio.
I actually hated Abacchio for, like, most of the story, because I thought he was just some stubborn asshole. But no, he became, through his backstory, we found out he's a very
noble person.
Yeah, very tragic and noble character. And he wants to do good and wants to be good, and that's why he does lots of the stuff that he does, and why he interacts the way he does with lots of other characters. So his death was pretty fucking heart-wrenching. I didn't think I'd cry about his death because I genuinely hated him. But no, that shit made me sad.
So I asked this to Mayhem when we started the show, of like, hey, who do you think has, like, death red flags for you? And some of the characters he mentioned specifically included Abacchio. He said, no chance he dies because of his whole police backstory. He's obviously going to reform all this different stuff and do really good. Then he died.
Yeah.
But then there was Narancia.
Yeah, I said Narancia.
Who you said... because he's really just so young and innocent, so he's got that death red flag flying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of his character design.
Which brings us to Narancia.
But, like, I will say that Moody Jazz is probably one of my favorite stands.
Yeah. It reflects on Abacchio's inability to let go of the past.
Yeah, which is his stand is able to go back to a certain time and do the exact same movements and, like, portray somebody from whatever time that they find.
Which is totally something a cop would have, too.
Yeah, it's like a replaying the evidence board and all that kind of stuff. So, like, it works really well. And its design ain't half bad either. Now, Narancia.
He did.
He is...
Anyway.
He was the, he was the delinquent picked up by the team, and everybody sees him as the little brother. He also has a pretty ridiculous stand. Little Bomber, also known as...
Say
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith. And basically, it's literally just a plane that he can send out, and it shoots real bullets and lights up everybody that he shoots at. And then, what else does he have? Oh, I don't know. A radar. A radar that works with breathing.
You can detect your breathing.
Carbon dioxide.
Being released, yeah.
So, when it came to Narancia, I didn't really care too much. I'll be honest. I will be fully honest. His character was kind of like the loudmouth in such a way that I didn't truly care. And when he died, I was like, oh, I see. Yeah, good on you. Man, that was unpredictable. But yeah, no, he was a good character overall. But yeah, no, he had his problems. Like, that was the only character where I really looked at it and was like, man, you got some problems. Then he died. I was like,
Those
nice
aren't
death.
gonna get fixed.
No, I went, nice death. Anyway.
No, it wasn't a nice death at all.
The mercenaries.
Oh yeah,
They were cool.
The assassination team, yeah.
Pick your favorite, and then we'll talk about those three.
Metallic.
Metallica, okay. What about you? Favorite assassin?
Favorite assassin? I really thought the Ungrateful Dead was pretty cool. Beach Boy was also pretty badass. The Ice one, White Album, kind of badass too. What else? Who else was there? Oh yeah, there was the one motherfucker who just died.
Yeah.
He just died. Like.
Oh, what, you mean Notorious Big?
Yeah.
Or as they say in the dub, Notorious Chase.
Even though it says...
You know the best part?
It's written on the wall!
Notorious Chase! As they're reading Notorious Big.
Literally right there, and it's just like, come on!
You can't have a lawsuit with Biggie Smalls.
So... I still love
They
that
could win.
so much.
Not good. Anyways.
But, yeah, no. The Assassins were a fun little group to be, like, a barrier between them and the boss. It was interesting.
Yeah.
And also, like, another version of the game.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, too, is that they're more of the extreme version of the group, where their goal was a bit more extreme, and we want to kill everybody that opposes us, sort of thing.
I want to finish...
Well, honestly, that was the team.
Yeah, I want to finish the character stuff on the boss. The boss is my favorite character, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Like, the portrayal of the boss as this major villain, it was the best villain. He was intelligent, but not in a way of, like, seemed like bullshit. He was powerful, but not in the way of bullshit.
I mean, it was pretty bullshit, not gonna lie.
It was bullshit, but it was also just fun the way it was done.
Yeah.
Because basically, the way they explained it, of, like, it removes him from time for 10 seconds as he watches the events go on.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And also sometimes whenever his power's activated and you weren't expecting it and it happens and you're just like, oh, what just happened?
The way they show it is amazing. The way that somebody will be walking and then all of a sudden they're like up like 5 steps, just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, like something happened, like somebody, like they're talking,
like
and then all of a sudden, like it happens, and like a car is closer now, and you're just like, oh no.
The dude who's erased from the plot, like his moment of like, oh, by the way, Giorno, did I thank you for the water bottle? And just the look on Giorno's face of like, what the hell is happening? But yeah, just this season had such a good villain. He was so good, and he went out in such a satisfying way.
Yeah.
Of just unlimited death. Basically, he is going to be dealt every... It's almost like he's dealt every death he gave to a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's amazing. So, final thoughts on part 5 before we get to part 6.
It started off good. It ended really, really good.
Started off good, ended amazing.
It had some issues, but acceptable issues. I would watch it again.
It had JoJo issues, and that's fine.
I read it. I loved it. I watched it. I loved it. I watched it again. I shit myself. Yeah, I think I
watched it again after cleaning that up.
I woke up, shit myself.
With a strange tattoo.
Damn, woke up in the morning, took a shit, got out of bed. Fuck!
So...
Damn it!
So, do you have an ism for us?
Of the time variations of the villains, of stopping time, sending somebody back through time, and putting yourself through time, which one do you think is the better?
Through time.
Yeah, I think through time is probably the
Yourself or somebody?
Yourself.
Yourself through time.
Because then you're able to watch the events. Basically, you're removed from time as, like, you watch the events, and then the events just don't happen.
Because I still am a big fan of stopping time. I'm still a big fan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. But
I like the way that it
can
be practiced, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and it can get better.
Can you imagine if Emperor Crimson had, like, imagine a fight between Emperor Crimson and the world?
It's literally down to who's faster on activating their stand.
Which would be Dio.
Which would be Dio, because you know how long it takes to say Emperor Crimson versus how long it takes to say Zoarna!
Actually, he says King Crimson.
Za Horodo Tokyo Tembore or whatever.
Toki wo tomare.
Tokyo Tembore. Whatever. I tried.
Toki wo tomare.
Toki wo tomare. Toki wo tomare.
Waki no makamane!
And then when time restarts, it goes so shit. Toki wo gokitos.
But yeah, no. That moment of like stopping time, just imagine a moment of like Emperor Crimson like doing the whole time thing, and then you just see Dio standing there for a second, and then just going after fighting, and then the moment time starts back up, and understand Dio's a vampire is the other big thing.
Yeah, that's the other thing too.
He has his sticky ripper eyes that he never uses again.
He's got doomsday eyes where he's able to shoot omega beams.
Yeah.
Nah, they're not omega beams. They're
So, I was gonna think that your ism would be like, what other Requiem would you think would be crazy strong?
just Purple Haze Requiem.
No, Platinum. Star Platinum.
Star Platinum Requiem.
I think
there is a version of that called Star Platinum Over the World.
Over the world?
Yeah. Or is it Star Platinum Over Heaven?
Zawarudo! Over heaven!
That was a version of the world.
The world,
the
world requiem. Oh,
it's called The World Over Heaven.
Yeah, that's basically the Requiem version.
Yeah,
but
there's a game. I don't know if we'll ever play it on the channel, but yeah, it's like Jojo, Over Heaven or something.
It's Jojo's Bizarre Adventure.
But yeah, basically,
I didn't know that game.
Basically, we meet an alternate version of Dio who won.
Yeah.
Like he won, and his ultimate goal was achieved, and he ended up becoming above heaven.
And he developed the world evolves into the world over heaven. And
not
then
if anything about Jesus Joestar has anything to say about it.
he uses Jesus' body parts to become the world over heaven.
Oh.
Oh.
But that's spoilers.
The first Joestar.
Yeah.
Oh. That the one with the T-Rex?
Joshua Joestar.
We'll worry about that later.
No, that's Diego. That's
we'll
a
talk
different
about
version of
him
Diego.
later.
What?
We'll talk about him later, don't worry.
That's in part 7. We're not there yet.
There's so many things we could break your mind with. Anyway, what's next? Let's talk about part 6. We're going to Florida. There you go.
Florida?
Yeah.
Florida? Like, just straight up Florida?
Yeah, where shit happens.
Yep.
In Florida. You know how shit happens in Florida.
That's
Prepare to
where
meet.
Hamon users are in real life.
Yeah. Prepare to meet the character that you've already learned the existence of prior, Jolene Cujo.
With a C.
Ooh.
And an H at the end.
It's a lady Joestar.
Yeah.
Actually a protagonist, not just like a useless
Women
person.
in my JoJo?
Let's go! If you want to see more of our content, you can find our YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter on our Linktree at linktree/greenvillains. That's linktr.ee/greenvillains.